Hello and good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. How are you? It is nice to see you guys this morning. Welcome to Paint Big. I don't know why that is on the bottom, but I don't know how to turn it off either. So it's going to have to stay there, okay? I can figure it out. But anyway, hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Paint Big. Could it get, well, I guess it could get bigger. It could be a mural, right? So today's day one. I have out just three colors, black and white, and some baby blue. We're going to do the background today. Okay, I have out a T-square because I want to make a line between the top and the bottom, and I do that with my giant T-square. If you have not gotten the supply list and the tracer, you can click on the link in the comments, and here it is. And that's it. If you are watching me live, welcome, welcome, welcome. I don't know that I'll be able to see comments because I have to do a lot of this, and so then I have to do this, and then I have to go back and paint. So I will come back if you have any questions or comments. Good morning, Capri. Nice to see you. If you have any questions and comments, I will come back to them. Maybe I'll be able to see them. I'll try and check as we paint. And like I said, today is day one. We're doing the background. This painting is inspired by Tracy Kiernan painting. It's one of her designs, and I just think it's adorable. And since it's 16 degrees out, let's bring some spring into the air. The sun is actually shining. It's nice and bright in my art room right now. So I'm going to start putting out some colors. I'm going to put out a lot of white, some blue, and a tiny bit of black. And I'm putting out a lot because I'm painting on a big canvas. You usually only need like a quarter size of paint. If you're painting on, like, let's just say average 11 by 14 canvas, okay? That's all you need. So I'm putting out some baby blue. Use any blue you have. Totally up to you. I might need more paint. I don't know. It's hard to judge when you're painting on a 24 by 36 canvas and you don't usually do that. Where did I do my, oh, here's my paintbrush. I have my paintbrush. I'm going to dip my paintbrush in some water, and then I'm going to just tap it off here on my nasty rag, because this way it loosens up the fibers. It fixes the hair on the brush. And since it's a background, we want it a little looser. We want our paint to spread better. So adding a little water into our brush will help our paint move. Okay, again, here is the supply list. And if you are watching me live or watching on the replay and you put Paint Big in the comments, Friday night, I will be having a giveaway. I meant to prep it, but it is a bag of supplies, paint, stencils, and a set of brushes. So you will be entered into a drawing for a prize, and that will get shipped to you after. So I will be pulling a name out of a hat on Friday night. So if you're watching live or watching on the replay, put Paint Big into the comments so you will be entered to win the prize. There is someone needing a question from me, so I'm just going to click here. Oh, it's not going to, I don't know if it's going to open. And yes. Yes. Okay. All right. Enough of that. Okay. First thing I'm going to do is get out my T-square and a pencil. We want to measure, we want to look at our canvas in thirds. 2/3 is going to be the top. 1/3 is going to be the bottom. If you want to measure, get a ruler, go right ahead. That's absolutely your choice. I am just going to eyeball it. I'm going to put my T-square over here flat. That looks like, let me move so I can hold it. That looks like 2/3 to me. I'm going to put a line. Then I'm going to flip. And I'm going to put a line. That's it. Easy peasy. And I'm done with my ruler. I never use a ruler, hardly ever use a ruler. I eyeball things for measurement wise, but when I want a straight line on a rectangular square canvas, I will use a T-square because I'm not painting a straight line. Okay. I dampened my brush. I have out my 3 colors. They're going to run, but that's okay. And I'm going to load my brush with white. I'm just getting it all full of white. And then I'm going to pick up some blue here. So I have blue and white on my brush. And I'm going to start in the middle. I want the middle of my canvas. Let me change this a little bit. I want the middle of my canvas to be lighter than the ends, than the edges. So I'm going to start in the middle. Oh, that won't go further. I'm going to start in the middle and I'm going to work my way out this way. And it's just a matter of getting started. I want the center of my canvas to be lighter than the edges. When you have the center of your canvas lighter than your edges, it helps what's the focus, the element, where you want your eye to go on your canvas, really pop. Okay? So again, I'm just picking up a lot of white and some blue, and I'm coming back in here. I am using, and I'm also painting big, but I am using my whole arm. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. I am using my whole arm. So if you're even, good morning, good morning. If you're painting flat on a canvas, you want to move from your shoulder. You want to move your whole arm, not just your wrist part. You want to long strokes. Okay? Good morning, good morning. Thank you for joining me. If you are just joining me, if you click the link, you will get, you can sign up to get the tracer and the supply list. And if you put paint big in the comments, you will be entered into the drawing to win some art supplies, a set of brushes, a stencil, and some paint. You know, I love using stencils. I love the ease that stencils help get started on a project. If you are learning to paint, stencils kind of get the intimidation factor down a little bit. A stencil gives you a place to start. It gives you a nice design to start with. So that's why a stencil, some paint, and a set of brushes will be in the prize. All right. So I have most of my center done. I'm going to put out a little bit more white. I knew I'd need a lot of white. All right. So I'm going to load my brush. I'm going to keep going with the white. I'm going to load my brush with blue. And now I'm just going to pick up the tiniest bit of black. So can you see that? I have white, blue, and a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of black. And I'm going to go to the edge now. And now we're making a gray color. Let me hold on to this. All right. When you are blending, the trick to blending is wet on wet. You want everything to be wet. So whatever your surface is, it needs to stay wet while you paint. I'm coming all the way down. If you missed it, I put a line down here at the 3/4 mark. I mean at the 2/3 mark, because I want the bottom of my canvas here is going to go a different way. And I'm just using my whole arm and I'm blending in the background. So now I have some dark to the outside. This is supposed to like give us a little bit of a rainy day feel. The sky is blue, but it's raining. And we're going to get out our big umbrella and pray for some spring flowers, right? This canvas and this brush is noisy. Can you hear it? If you get to a point where you have way too much white or way too much blue, whatever it is okay to then compensate for that by picking up way more blue on your brush or way more white on your brush whatever it is you need. So now with my dirty brush that has the black on it, I'm going to start working my way across my canvas. My brush is practically dry, but I am adding some hints of gray to my canvas. Okay, now I'm going to move to the other side. So again, I'm going to load with my white. I'm going to pick up some blue and then just a tiny bit. See that corner? Okay. And I'm going to come over here. My black, let me see, could I switch? Yeah, my black is to the outside and I'm just going for it. With acrylic paint, I know a lot of times people are scared. They're going to ruin their canvas. They're going to ruin their art. Honestly, you really can't ruin it. With acrylic paint, you can fix anything. So you really can't ruin it. If you have something that you absolutely despise, wait, get a hair dryer, go over it with some white or some gesso, and you just have like a brand new canvas now to paint on. So you really don't have to concern yourself. You really, honestly, you can't mess it up. You can't. I know art supplies are pricey, and we all get concerned about wasting supplies. And that, that's a real concern. I get that. But I feel like the joy you get painting and painting something that you like totally outweighs the anxiety of maybe wasting a little bit of paint or wasting a canvas. And like I said, you really can't waste a canvas because you can, and I have, and you've seen me, you can paint right over it. So these big canvases have a brace. There's a piece of wood right here. I can't show you. There's a brace right here. So I want to make sure I'm putting my hand behind my canvas because I don't want it to make a mark when I paint. Because I can feel it going bump over the bump. And I want to come all the way down past my line here. It doesn't matter that the bottom is going to be different. It's just going to make it a little bit more interesting, but I want to make sure that my vertical strokes go past my line that I drew here. Okay. And I'm just tapping my brush to get a little bit of the sides done. Now again, if you step back and you look and you're like, oh, I had a little too much blue, add some white. If you step back and you have a little too much white, add some blue. It says not to negate your guys' feelings, but you just have to take a deep breath, let it out, and paint. So I'm coming back up here into the middle, and I'm just blending in a little bit more. I can see now that I go back, I missed some spots. We want the middle, again, to be a little bit lighter and the sides to be a little bit darker. Even though I added some black, I really created this really pale gray color. I can actually see my painting and pick out what I need to change on the screen better than I can standing here. And another reason for that is I am here between my painting and my desk. I can't step back and get a good, it's just paint, yes. I can't step back and get a really good view because, when we're painting, we're like this and we're painting. Sometimes you either, I have two tricks for you guys. When you're painting and you want to analyze or check out where you're at or what you might need, or do you need more yellow? Do you need more blue? There's two things you can do. One is take a picture. Get out your phone, take a picture of it, and then, I don't have my phone in here because I didn't want it to be disturbing me, but then get your phone. Let's pretend this is my phone. And then, oops, get off my keyboard. Get your phone and look at it. And then you get a 100% perspective of your painting. Either that or literally take your painting, put it across the room, put it 10 feet away, set it up somewhere, stand back. And like I said, I can't stand back from here because I'm trapped between my desk and my painting. Stand back and get a whole view of it. You can't really judge your painting when you're at your workstation, your kitchen table, your living room, wherever it is you paint, wherever you have some creative space. You can't get a good vision when you're like this. You cannot get perspective. So 2 things: take a picture and look at it on your phone, or prop it up and step back. Okay. So like I said, I can see much better what I need to do in the screen than I can here on my canvas. All right. So that looks pretty good to me. We're going to use these same colors. I have baby blue, black, and white. I'm going to put out a little bit more white. And the next thing I'm going to do is the bottom third. So if you hopped on late, I took my T-square, my little t-shirt T-square. I took my T-square and I marked a line about here, a third of the way down the canvas. I can see it's here. Okay? Third of the way down the canvas, or third of the way up the canvas. Because now I'm going to change my strokes. They're going to be horizontal for the bottom, for the ground, for the wet, rainy ground, for our umbrella. Same colors, same brush, loading it with white, picking up some blue, and now I'm going horizontal. And I do want to come all the way up to this line. So I'm going to draw in this horizontal line here. So it gives my eye something to aim for. And now I'm just going to go in and same exact thing and start doing in some horizontal lines with the same colors, blue and white, and then we're going to add a little bit of the black. If it's easier for you to turn your canvas, go right ahead, turn your canvas. If I wasn't painting with you guys, I would turn my canvas, but then I got to change this whole entire setup. So I'm going to go with it, and I'm just going to keep painting horizontal. If you just hopped on and you want to be entered in the drawing, put paint big in the comments. I'm going to pick a winner Friday night to win a bag of art supplies, stencil, set of paintbrushes from Planned Folk Art, and some deco art paint. And also, if you want to paint with me tomorrow, I will be back at 7 p.m. tomorrow to work on the umbrella and show you how we're going to add that. And you can get the supply list and the tracer. The link is in the comments. It's an automatic digital download. Oh, my canvas, my easel's getting a little wobbly on this side here. All right. I will probably paint my edges. Now I'm going to add, I need a little blue and a little white. I'm going to add a little bit more white. Yes, it's just paint. I have a ton of favorite sayings, Capri, and you probably know that by now. It's just paint. There's no art police. It's more about the process than the project. I'm full of them. Good morning from, how cold is it, Wanda? It is 16 degrees here. I had to go out last night. I had an in-person paint party last night. I guess I had to drive like 40 minutes, which I don't mind that. If you lived where I lived, everything is like 40 minutes. So it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal to like drive an hour, let's say to Hobby Lobby or something. That's not my point. So I had a paint party last night. I got there. I usually get to my events an hour ahead of time. I want to be able to breathe and set up and make sure everything goes smoothly. I didn't want to get out of the car. It was 14 degrees. I did not want to get out of the car. 1 degree. That's cold. I don't know. It is cold. I'm not negating your coldness. It is cold. 12 in Alabama. That's probably totally record-breaking and unheard of, right, Capri? I think it snowed a little bit too. I think somebody said it snowed in Alabama. Anyway, sometimes I feel like cold is cold. 20, 15, 10, 1. It is cold. Cold is cold. If I don't have to go out, I won't. I didn't want to go out last night, but I had to. And I will say this. I was afraid that people wouldn't show up, even though they paid and whatever. So I was a little concerned that everyone showed up. One person didn't come. They got stuck at work. But everyone showed up. It was a full house, 24 painters. So I was really excited. We did I don't have it with me inside. We did a ceramic. We did ceramic gnomes that are hugging. But anyway, I'm just chatting away. So I'm going to go back to my white and my blue, and I'm going to pick up a little bit of black. I want to just add a little bit of shadow down here in this lower corner. So I have the black on my brush, and I'm just adding in a little bit of black. I'll probably add in a little bit more down here to this corner. A little bit black, get my blue. Oh, is my big head in the way? Sorry. And I want this corner down here to be a little bit more shadowy. All right. I may end up adding more. We'll see. I have to think about it. Let me fix this line here going up. Oh, a little bit more black. I don't like the line I made here. Oh, see, now I'm messing it up. Get some more white. Probably my umbrella is going to cover that up anyway, so I probably didn't have to do this, but I wanted to fix that a little bit. So white, blue, tiny bit of black, and let's just come back in here and fix this side. I am going to dip the tip of my brush in a tiny, tiny bit of water. There we go. I needed to loosen up the paint on this side. It got way too dry because I moved on. Remember when we blend, we need it to all be wet. So I had to dip my brush in a little bit of water, just a tiny bit, so I could come back and blend this in a little better since I decided to fool around with my line down there. Again, I have to put my hand back here in between the canvas so I can go over the board. There's like a slat that goes through here that just keeps the canvas tight. It's a little bit of a support for the canvas. So I'm just going to paint my edges. If you're working on a stretch canvas, you can paint your edges too. Totally up to you. And I'm just using my brush that had the blue and the white. I'm not really concerned about the color on the edges, just that it's all painted in. Excuse me, I gotta squish down here. Can you see me? And so we will be back tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern. If you want to trace, if you're going to paint with me and you want to trace your umbrella onto your canvas before we meet up tomorrow night at 7, that is totally perfect. That's totally fine. I will be drawing on my umbrella because I did not want to print out a tracer for an umbrella to go on this 24 by 36 canvas. So I think I will be able to chalk it on or pencil it on. I'm a wing it, you guys. I will use a ruler for the handle. So we want the handle to be straight and not wonky. But other than that, the basket or the umbrella part, where it's upside down, I'm going to wing that either with pencil or chalk. Let me get. When I did my edge, it kind of came over a little bit, so I just want to blend that in a little bit more. Okay. And I think that is good to go. Okay. I came in late. What are you painting? So we are painting this, Wanda. We are painting this umbrella full of florals. Today we're just doing the background. Tomorrow we're going to do the umbrella, and then we'll finish up on Friday morning. If you want the supply list and tracer, you can click on the link up above in the comments. And if you comment paint big, you can go in the drawing to win a prize. I have a bag full of art supplies. Brand new set of brushes from Plaid Crafts, paint, and a stencil that will get shipped out to you if you are the big winner. And that is it for today. Thank you for joining me for Paint Big Spring Umbrella Part 1. We're going to let this dry. I will be back tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Don't worry if you can't join me live. The replays will be available on Facebook and on the YouTube. And again, if you want to paint with me tomorrow night, get your background done, and you can wait, or you can either hand draw or trace the umbrella onto your artwork. We're going to be doing the umbrella tomorrow night. I am going to use a ruler. I'm on a 24 by 36 canvas. That handle is very, very long. I'm going to use the ruler to draw for the handle. And if I can find something big enough and round enough, I might even use it for the arc of the umbrella. We shall see. We shall see. Anyway, thanks for joining me, you guys, and I will see you tomorrow at 7. Bye, everyone.